Investments have always been the way the world of money works, and if you must grow wealth like your favorite billionaires, you can't skip this class. If you're currently considering investing $1,000 or more this year to see substantial growth, you're on the right track because I'm about to talk about that. But would you prefer a one-time investment or a more regular investment in the future? Either way, let's explore what you can do with $1,000. Nobody serious about multiplying wealth leaves money in the bank these days.
Through the next 10 years, actually returns averaged about 50% a year, and I think they were 37 points better than the Dow per year, something like that. But that I was working with a tiny amount of money.
Starting with only $1,000 to invest might seem modest, but it's a great first step. And honestly, saving up that amount is an achievement in itself. Now, when it comes to investing that $1,000, you might be considering the stock market or perhaps more speculative ventures. But let's pause and think this through. Currently, the average yield from a savings account is just 0.3%. Over 5 years, this would barely increase a $1,000 deposit to $1,106. Not exactly a windfall. While the safety of a guaranteed return has its comforts, it's hardly a path to wealth accumulation. For a 5-year CD, the average interest rate stands at 1.37%. If you were to invest $1,000, after 5 years, you would have gained only an additional $68, bringing your total to $1,068. That might cover a nice pair of shoes or a new shirt, but waiting half a decade for such a small reward hardly seems worth it. If you're planning for this $1,000 to be your only investment for some time, then you may need to watch till the end because you may be thinking of jumping straight into the stock market without realizing that it may not be a smart decision. Only a few tap into a tiny fraction of their potential throughout their lives. Investing in yourself is one of the wisest decisions you can make.
Most people go through life using up a very small part of their potential. And so anything you do that invests in yourself, that's the best investment you can possibly make. And then I would follow my passion. I mean, whatever turns you on.
As Warren Buffett emphasizes, the best investment is a self-education and personal growth. By acquiring new skills that are applicable across various roles and industries, you increase your value as an employee. The more skilled and valuable you become, the higher your earning potential. It's a straightforward concept. Enhance your abilities and you enhance your opportunities for better compensation. Investing in yourself can be achieved through a variety of resources such as books, webinars, seminars, or courses. The broader your skill set, the more indispensable you become to companies, reducing the likelihood of being laid off, a common fear in today's global economy. Additionally, with an initial investment like $1,000, consider starting a new income stream. In the digital age, creating an additional source of income online has become more accessible than ever. The challenge lies in the commitment and effort required to launch and sustain this new venture. The opportunity to grow a business online is immense, but it demands perseverance and hard work to truly lift off the ground. However, if you invest in your knowledge, then you can take action to create something with it. Then you can use the money you make from that to either invest in your business to grow it more, and when it makes even more money, you can invest it in the stock market. What you want to focus on is creating a source of passive income. This means taking your initial $1,000 along with any additional funds you can contribute monthly and investing it in a way that it earns money on its own. For a moment, think about what Warren Buffett said. If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. The stock market is a popular avenue for generating passive income, but it's often misunderstood. Typically, when people think of the stock market, they envision buying individual stocks from well-known companies like Apple, Meta, or Google. When you invest in these companies by purchasing shares, you essentially own a part of the company. As the company profits, so do you, through share price appreciation or dividends. Conversely, losses for the company mean losses for you. However, a smarter way to invest in the stock market is through index funds. An index fund replicates the performance of a specific index, like the S&P 500, which represents the market's top 500 companies. This kind of investment diversifies your portfolio across many companies, mitigating the risk associated with individual stocks.
14 presidents, 7 Republicans, 7 Democrats. We've had world wars. We had 9/11. We had the Cuban Missile Crisis. We have all kinds of things. The best single thing you could have done on March 11th, 1942, when I bought my first stock, was just buy an index fund.
Consider this analogy involving Tesla to understand the risks of single stock investments. Imagine you own a Tesla car, and suddenly all the latest models have battery issues that prevent them from charging. This defect could stop thousands from driving and possibly lead to accidents. Similarly, if you own stock in Tesla alone, such a problem could significantly impact your investment. This is why Warren Buffett champions index funds. Even amidst significant historical events like world wars, the Cuban Missile Crisis, or 9/11, the consistent approach that would have yielded the best results since buying his first stock in 1942 would have been investing in an index fund. This strategy spreads out potential risks and offers a more stable long-term investment return, making it a practical option for earning passive income through the stock market. For those who don't have the time or expertise to research and understand individual companies, diving into stock picking might not be the best approach. This is where index funds become valuable. Index funds allow you to invest in a broad portfolio of stocks, which could include hundreds of different companies. This diversifies your investment and reduces the risk of catastrophic loss that can come with single stock investments. They are as easy to buy as individual stocks, but spread your risk across many assets. However, it's crucial to remember that no investment is entirely risk-free, even index funds. Always do your own research and consider your financial situation and goals before investing. Don't just follow trends or advice without understanding what you're getting into. If you're interested in receiving dividend payouts, you might want to consider investing in funds like VYM or SDY. These funds give you exposure to a collection of companies that reward their investors with dividends. It's a great way to earn passive income from your investments. VYM, or Vanguard High Dividend Yield ETF. This ETF focuses on providing investors exposure to a diverse range of high dividend yielding stocks. Managed by Vanguard, it aims to track the performance of the FTSE High Dividend Yield Index, which includes companies with a higher than average dividend yield compared to the broader market. VYM is popular for those seeking steady dividend income along with long-term capital growth. SDY, or SPDR S&P Dividend ETF. This ETF seeks to replicate the performance of the S&P High Yield Dividend Aristocrats Index, which consists of companies that have consistently increased their dividend payouts for at least 25 consecutive years. Managed by State Street Global Advisors, SDY is favored by investors looking for a combination of dividend income and the potential for capital appreciation, focusing on companies with long-term stability and a strong history of profitability. Both ETFs are designed for investors who are interested in generating income through dividends and are often included in portfolios for their potential to offer a steady income stream alongside moderate growth. To maximize your investment in these funds, a good strategy is to automate your savings. For instance, you could set aside 10 to 15% of each paycheck to automatically deposit into your investment account. This method helps ensure that you don't spend money that could be growing for your future. As Warren Buffett wisely advises, do not save what is left after spending, but spend what is left after saving. Moving on to another investment strategy, let's discuss real estate. While your initial $1,000 might not be enough to buy a rental property, there are other real estate investment opportunities accessible via the internet. Platforms like real estate investment trusts, REITs, or online real estate crowdfunding allow you to start investing in real estate with a smaller amount of capital. REITs, or real estate investment trusts, often offer attractive dividends because they are mandated to distribute a significant portion of their profits to shareholders. Examples of REITs include VNQ and USRT. If investing isn't your preference, consider prioritizing debt repayment. Eliminating higher interest debt, especially those with rates around 18% or 20%, is crucial for improving your financial situation. Instead of being burdened by high interest rates, you can potentially earn returns by lending money at lower rates, such as 8% or 10%. For instance, you can invest in real estate using a crowdfunding platform, which allows you and other investors to pool smaller amounts of money, like $1,000, to fund property investments. This way, if the property appreciates in value or generates rental income, you share in the profits. These platforms typically distribute earnings as passive income derived from rent payments. However, it's crucial to understand that investments made through real estate crowdfunding are not liquid. Unlike stocks, you can't quickly sell a piece of real estate when you need cash. This type of investment requires a long-term commitment, as your funds will be tied up in physical properties. Starting your investment journey with general market funds is a safe and effective option, especially for beginners. This type of mutual fund or exchange-traded fund, ETF, aims to replicate the performance of a broad market index. These funds provide investors with exposure to a wide range of stocks across various sectors, mirroring the composition and performance of a designated market index. Two of the most popular general market funds are VOO and SPY. These funds track the performance of the top 500 companies in the U.S., providing a broad exposure to the American economy. Essentially, as the U.S. economy performs well, these funds are likely to appreciate in value. Conversely, if the economy declines, the value of these funds might decrease accordingly. If you have a specific interest in technology, you might consider investing in sector-specific funds like VGT or QQQ. These funds focus on technology companies, giving you exposure to industry giants such as Microsoft, Apple, and Google. Each fund has a unique composition, so it's important to do some research and understand which fund aligns better with your investment preferences and goals. This way, you can choose a fund that matches what you're looking for in the tech sector. If you're hesitant about investing in the stock market or taking on new debt, consider this alternative approach. Focus on paying off existing debt quickly. By doing so, you'll minimize interest payments and increase your available cash, which can significantly reduce your monthly expenses. If you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more practical financial advice like this.